Good morning, everybody. It's your boy D Mac. So let's get into this. Now, suppose I committed a crime. I committed a crime, very serious crime. And whenever I was confronted about this crime and I was brought up on charges for this crime, I was able to investigate my own crime, go back to the crime scene and get the forensics and do all of those things and pretty much investigate my own crime and come back and tell you my findings and what I didn't find. And this would go towards my trial. How would you feel about that if you were the person that I did the crime to? How would you feel if you was a family of somebody that I killed and I was afforded this opportunity? Or if you was a family of somebody who was sexually violated by me and I was given the opportunity to do this. This is what we're witnessing right now with the whole Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell thing. And, I brought that up the other day in one of my episodes where I was talking about Ghislaine Maxwell and these female predators out here, and that we can't allow them to paint these narratives to protect certain people. And so I'm going to go even farther because I see Mr. Alan Dershowitz. Y'all, excuse me, I got to raise up my garage real quick. But so now we have Mr. Alan Dershowitz, who was one of the accused, along with former President Bill Clinton, implications for Donald Trump as well, who, might I add, keeps on talking about he's going to run again. We have implications for, did I say Mr. Dershowitz? Yeah, Mr. Dershowitz. So, how then is it that the people who have been victimized by all of these elites are being silenced, but you have Alan Dershowitz running around doing a cleanup job for these higher ups that they're trying to protect and keep their name out of the public hearing and the public eye concerning this case? This right here is one of the biggest atrocities that I see in American history. And we're sitting back and we're just allowing this thing to take place. Now, there's international trade implications in this. There's a lot involved in this, things that will make the stock market move certain ways, up or down. There's a lot riding on these identities being kept hidden and being kept out of the public eye. So I want y'all to understand what we're dealing with right now. We're dealing with the accused or the criminals being able to investigate their own crimes and come back and give answers to the people. And so those that have been, um, they've been offended by these people, they've been violated by these people, they get absolutely no justice in the case. Because if you remember, the victims of Jeffrey Epstein got absolutely no monetary anything from him or Ghislaine Maxwell for what they did to those people. And these women got to be scarred for the rest of their life because of the things that these people perpetrated against them. And you have a government who said that, who referred to these young underage girls who were molested, they referred to them as sex workers because when they charged Jeffrey Epstein the first time, they charged him with having sex with basically sex with a prostitute, calling these underage girls prostitutes and not calling it what it really is. So that was the first slap in the face for those young ladies. And now you turn around and you have one of the men who was accused of being on a flight, who was accused of engaging in this with these young ladies, out here trying to do a cleanup job on these different platforms. How sick in the head do you have to be in order to give? Well, They give platforms to those people all the time. And let's not sit here and act like we haven't been fooled by people in high places who've been doing their little dark, dirty things. And then when it comes to the light, we're so surprised. But all of these years, we respected and revered these people in the public eye and other things like that until now they get exposed and all of a sudden, oh, they're a monster. Oh, they're this and that. But you were patterning your whole life after this person before you found that out. So let's not play like we haven't been deceived by these type of people before. So in order to let somebody like Alan Dershowitz step out here and speak against these women who have been silenced, you don't see any interviews with these women speaking out about what happened to them. They'll glance over it. They'll give them about a 1 minute sound bite, and then the rest, oh, you got the rest of them speaking on why this lady is discredited, why that lady is this and that. I say it like this: even prostitutes can be raped. Yeah, y'all don't even think about it like that, do you? You don't think of that concept. Just because she works in the sex industry, she can still be raped. She can be forced to do something sexually that she don't want to do. But that's not even a part of this case. That's just to say that rape is a very common thing in our country, and we need to start recognizing it for what it is, and we need to stop giving people the benefit of the doubt because they have money or because they have influence in a certain industry. That don't stop them from being a piece of garbage. Uniforms don't stop people from being a piece of garbage. I used to tell people this all the time. Just because you see somebody in a military uniform, police uniform, any type of official uniform, does not mean that that person lives up to the morals and the codes of that uniform and what it represents. They just have a covering. That's all. And so do these elite people in these very high positions, like the Prince Andrews and the Crown Prince of Saudi. All of these people have a covering because of their position in this world and what they can affect internationally. But that's going to cause a more serious problem here at home. We're worried about international relations, but what about relations right here at home? Because this is how the Civil War started. Whenever the people felt like the government was taking advantage of them, do you see where I'm going with this? So we have a problem that's forming more and more, especially as people gain more information and they start to become more privy to what's going on in our government, and they're starting to see this right before their eyes. You think January 6th was something? We're pushing towards something worse than January 6th. And I hate to say it like that, but that's just the God's honest truth. We're pushing towards something worse than January 6th. If we don't get to a place to where we hold these people accountable for their actions, because then there's going to be this sense of superiority over the people. And when the people start to feel helpless, like they can't get no help, and the government is the one that they need help from, then they're going to start protecting themselves, period, point blank. And I'm not putting anything out there that's going to be pushing towards any type of violence. I'm just telling you what these actions are leading up to. This is a cautionary tale for anybody. And based on history, we see where this has always led to and where it always ended up. So my word is just this: keep your eyes open, man, and hold these people accountable. Do not allow position and popularity to cloud your judgment against a person. These people are well capable of doing anything. Don't put anything past anybody. And that way we can have a more balanced scale of justice whenever we have these situations arise, instead of leaning towards, oh, well, he's in this position. Remember, John Wayne Gacy, one of the most prolific serial killers, he was a circus clown. Well, not a circus clown. He did kids' parties as a clown. He was a scout leader. A lot of these people were upstanding pillars in the community by all standards. But then when you come and find out that, oh, he got 30 something bodies buried all over the city, now all of a sudden you're just so surprised, and you would have never thought. So just keep these things in mind when you see these people like Alan Dershowitz and the other people who would come and try to just say it was just Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell indulging in this. No, they were taking these underage children to other people. They were taking them to parties. They were flying them to parties so that everybody could participate in this. This is not just a Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein thing. This involves so many people and they're trying to cover up for it. So are we going to allow it, or are we going to continue to ask questions and keep this thing alive and not allow them to kill it and sweep it under the rug like they want to? It's up to you as the public. We are the public, and public opinion comes from us. So it's up to us to either keep it alive or let the story die and let them continue to violate children. It's on y'all. The blood is on our hands at this point because we know what's going on. And we saw R. Kelly do it right before our eyes for years and turn a blind eye to it. So are we going to continue to do that? Because at this point, we don't hold the pedophiles accountable no more. We hold the people accountable for turning a blind eye to it. So I'm gonna just leave it on that note because ain't nothing left to be said after that. Y'all know what I say, man. This is your boy D Mac. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.